Living in Harmony. This is The Prisoner. We are getting close to the finale, the series finale of The Prisoner. I hope you've been enjoying my reviews. It's been great going through this a second time. I'm definitely noticing that there's a few episodes which are bangers that are like they're 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I love them. And there's some that are not that interesting for me personally. I know a lot of people love this series. Overall, I do have to say that so far, most of them have been pretty good. This one I did not care for at all. This is basically a Western. We're going to review it using my space, system, story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get. I'll give the storyline a 1. I mean, it's like the Prisoner first episode, but it's as though he was a sheriff in 1800s or something, and you're like, what is the point of this? And it was supposed to be like number 2 is trying to trick him or something. I just didn't understand what the point. This was a complete filler. I will watch this series again. I probably won't even watch this episode ever again. I just have zero interest in what's going on. We'll get to the characters, which actually is going to get a score a bit better. But yeah, the story was okay. I would almost give it a 0.5, like a 0.5. But if I give it a 1, it's okay. A 1 out of 2 is okay. So it was okay. It's just a Prisoner, but nothing really got accomplished at all. It was just random. So I don't know. It's like when they have those musical episodes on TV shows. It's it's like the Flash musical episode. It's oh, okay, why? Why is this happening? Anyways, it's all right. It's the same thing as all the other ones. Number 2 wants him to be a sheriff, but he doesn't want to be the sheriff, and then he becomes one, but then he doesn't use guns because of reasons. I just don't. And then they use the girl against him, and he's like, okay, I'll be there if the girl's alive, then the girl dies. I just don't. It's just what is the point? That this isn't really happening, so whatever. The pacing reflects that, so I'll give it a 1. It's not boring. I'm not a big Western guy in general. I like some of the big ones that people know, like 3:10 to Yuma. I like both 3:10 to Yumas, like Searchers. What other, High Noon. Some of these, the big super ones where yeah, that was a good movie. Those are all okay, but, just a run of the mill, throw a Western on, I'm not really dying over them. Man with No Name trilogy, yeah, that's great, but it's got to be a higher up one for me to get into it. So I was just yeah, this is okay. I just found it a bit slow. The artistry, I'll give it a 1. They're in the saloon, and that's pretty much the whole thing. And it's not even because the village to me looks cool. So him just walking around this village is just fun because it looks really neat. And I like the small town feel of it. This being a Western town, I just couldn't get into it. It just feels like a very, generic set. Oh yeah, we're in the saloon. Oh, okay. And here's the jail. All right. For the characters, I'm going to give the characters a 1.5. Mostly because, 6 is great, obviously. I really did like the girl a lot. I thought she was awesome. Besides being super attractive, she was a character that you can get behind. She was trying to help him out. It turns out that she's just a pawn of number 2 or whatever, but they're all pawns in a way because they're trying to convince this guy to join. I don't understand how it connected it to if he joins in this fake world or in his mind or whatever, he's going to join. And in real, he'll wake up and be like, this isn't the old West. It was weird, but she was really good. I did feel for that character, and she kind of tried to redeem herself in the end. The guy in the red shirt was pretty crazy. He was a fun kind of a character. And number 2 was okay. So the characters are actually pretty good. For the enjoyment factor, I'll give it a 1. It was all right. So I'm giving this one a 5.5 out of 10. Not particularly one of the ones that I really liked. I'd probably, maybe I'd skip it. Maybe I would. Maybe I would watch it again just to watch all The Prisoner. That's maybe just for the girl at least. But yeah, otherwise, no, not for me, this one. I just think it was kind of just there to be there. My problem is that the last few in order here that I'm watching them, are kind of weird ones, and then the ending is really weird, right? So the ending is the big one. So I'm approaching the last episode. I'm looking forward to watching that again. And I remember thinking the first time, whoa, this is weird. So we're going to try to decipher it. This is my second time through. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing. Until next time.